How are you, sir?
No, not too bad, I guess.
All right, we're going.
Long Monday, short order.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, we're ready. We're streaming and we're going.
Want me to finish these off?
Now you can do it after if you like.
It's up to you, because our delegation isn't here yet, so.
Is there anybody else?
Just Bob. So we just have people can watch on YouTube
Yeah, we don't allow them
don't-
to enter the meeting anymore.
unless you're delegation
They
or
have to watch through YouTube. We direct them now to YouTube. So.
lots easier.
Yeah,
So you don't know who's watching it.
No, unless you go to the YouTube channel, you can kind of watch, but
yeah, the YouTube channel will list who's in here. Into the meeting. And those must come by request. That's the new bylaw.
Mhm.
we're just gonna mute us until Lauren's ready.
You bet.
All right. You're unmuted.
Okay, we'll call this meeting to order,
9:37.
9:37. We have a delegation coming.
It's not here yet.
Comes in. So is there any additions to the agenda? Bob, are you muted?
You're muted.
Sorry, yeah, no,
Okay, thank you. Ed?
No.
Okay. We need approval for the agenda.
I'll make that motion.
Okay,
Okay.
public hearing, there's nothing. So the minutes for the regular meeting of November 15th, 2023. Was there any,
I didn't see I didn't see any changes necessary.
And then the special council meeting on November 22nd, and that was for the subdivision of that property and the
Office.
office.
Yeah, I didn't see any changes there necessary either.
Okay,
Do you want to make two motions, one for each?
Yes,
yeah. So
Who wants to make the first one to approve the regular meeting minutes of November 15, 2023 as presented?
I will make that motion.
Okay,
all in favor?
Yes,
okay, and then to approve the minutes from the special council meeting November 22nd, 2023 as presented.
Yeah, I'll make it.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay. We don't have our delegation here yet, but he's on his way.
mhm,
So we have business from previous council agendas, so the procedural bylaw 17119. So there were some changes there,
yeah, 171-19 was the old bylaw,
right?
and the new bylaw is bylaw 200-23.
So in that one,
Bob,
yes,
we'll just here.
right.
Staff
Okay.
Oh,
Good morning.
Lord.
Oh, we're good.
No, my apologies, I was sick last week and I just haven't been getting my bearings back.
It's all good. Now I know where you are.
Yeah.
For now,
Yeah.
for now, we're moving hopefully in the spring, summer.
Good, good.
Okay, I guess we'll give the floor to you and
Sure. Were you able to have a look at the packages I sent out? We have the stats and what have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all in there.
Good. Nothing specific to White Sands, obviously, because it's a fairly small community, but just to keep you guys in the loop with what's going on in the area. And definitely we're seeing a downward trend, which is a good thing. Keep it that way. And I keep preaching that the most important thing to how we do business is communication. So we need to hear from you folks to make sure we're hearing about what's going on, what is going on, even though you might seem that it's insignificant. If we don't know about it, we can't help. And it might be that one little piece of the puzzle that connects the dots to a whole bunch of other things. Even though it seems irrelevant to you guys, it might be very important. So just spread that word out to the people that live in the community, and hopefully we can maintain that good communication.
yeah, it's been actually the past few years, it's been quite good. I think it's been really good actually compared to what it was before, but some of the bad guys were now gone other places or in jail, so
Yeah.
that helped a lot. And I also think that that what's up White Sands and what's up Roshan Sands
Yeah.
is a very good tool for you guys as well.
100%.
And I think probably the surveillance around that people have in their own yards and stuff
Can be very useful.
it's getting more and more.
Definitely. And we, there's also another group, a committee, if you will, the Rural Crime Watch, that we meet quarterly, basically, to discuss. And they were even asking, is it worth having this group right now because there's nothing going on? Well, that's a good thing, but we need to keep that communication going, because it only takes one group of people or one guy, for that matter, to come into the area to make things go haywire. So meeting and maintaining that communication and that open line is so important for us. And I think the WhatsApp was something that I helped introduce about 10 years ago or 8 years ago when I was here as a corporal, and I think it's still a valuable tool. So
Yeah, it's really quite good because the news gets out fast.
it does, yeah. And we've got certain platforms that we use as the RCMP to We found out information when we need to, but we've been finding that our platforms that we've been using is a little bit delayed at times. So it takes an hour for people to get the information, whereas the WhatsApp is working like that. It's much more efficient, and better, you know. So that's where we're at there. The detachment, we're not quite full staff. We're down one person due to a transfer. Haven't been able to fill that spot. And we've got one other member that's due to transfer out, but he's still with us for probably another 6 months, I would venture to say. So, and we're working on filling the gap, but by and large, with comparison to other detachments and province, we're really quite good shape. So not so bad at all.
I was gonna ask you this information here, you have two support staff in now, or just three?
Yeah, we've got one that's public servant, so employed by the federal government, and then two that are funded by the town center, municipal employees as well. And I've actually just had a meeting with the county to see if they'd be interested in funding a fourth as a county employee to help our administrators, because that seems to be one of the things that's, you know, gathering more and more, you know, we can't call it paperwork anymore, but administrative work, computer work. Everybody now, you know, requires a criminal record check to hire somebody or to get a job. So that falls on us. Collisions out there with deer, fender benders, all come to the detachment, and all takes the front end staff to look after all that stuff. And it's really bogging them down for sure. Like there's never a day where they're not completely overwhelmed. So it'd be nice to have that fourth resource perhaps to take up a bit of the slack. And we've been with three support staff for, I think, close to 20 years or more. So it's time to think about increasing. I've also gone to the town and started a conversation with them about perhaps replacing our building, because our building isn't sufficient anymore. I don't know if you folks have ever had a chance to have a tour of it, but it's old. It's quite small. It's almost embarrassing, if you ask me, for this day and age, for what we require as resources as the police. You know, that the fire department is pretty well told us we can't use the upstairs for what we're using it for. We're using the upstairs as a gym and a locker room, but because it's all mechanical room and there's ductwork and pipes and vents going through there, that we shouldn't be using it that way. And I agree with that, but what else do we do, right? You know, the town's gracious and they say you can use the rec center anytime, but that's not 24 hours a day, and we all work shift work, so it's difficult to manage your lifestyle that way. And the school's the same way. The school's allowed us, giving us access to their gym too, if we want to, but again, that's not 24 hours a day. So a lot of things like that to work on. And I would venture to say that in the next few years, we should have another police officer allocated to our complement, just because of growth and what's happening in the world. So hopefully, and yeah, we'll start to build a little bit. The federal government, who owns the building, is planning a big retro fit and renovation, midlife rental is what they call it. And they're going to throw a bunch of money at it to, you know, make it look better and feel better, but they're not giving us any extra space. In fact, in some spaces, they're taking some away from us. And then, for the lack of a better phrase, but throwing a little lipstick on a pig to make it look good for a little while. And their vision is 10 years that will last for the detachment. So that's why I wanted to bring it up to the town, because of the municipal contract. It is up to them to step up if we do get a new building out of it. So it's just getting old. It's too old.
How many square feet do you have right now, and what do you think you need?
Good question. I'm not sure how many square feet we have, but I would say we need double what we have now. So part of the renovation that they're doing is, and this piece is a good idea, but it's taking one of our jail cells away, because they're going to make one of the jail cells into a secure interview room. How it works right now, for us to interview a suspect who's in custody, or to take them before do a bail hearing with them, that's all done over a conference call phone. We have to walk them right past the bubble is what we call it. That's where the administrative staff works. So we have to walk them right through the middle of the detachment. right into the room that's beside the front entryway, which in my opinion is a complete disaster waiting to happen and not safe at all. So they're gonna allocate one of those jail cells as a secure interview room, which is a good thing, but then that's taking one of the cells away from us. And we run, it depends on the year, of course, but we're on track for about 175 prisoners this year, which is quite low. When I was here 10 years ago, we were up over 350 at times. So it depends on what's going on in the area. But I think that could be very problematic at some point. But I've talked to property management, and because I've been here only for 3 months, not that that's an excuse, but I asked them straight out, like, is there any way we could make a change to this plan and come up with a better idea, because what's happening here doesn't seem to suit our needs. And I was told it's a hard no, it's on track, it's happening. But they're also pushing that goalpost farther and farther away from us. It's now they're expecting not to start until 2026, where before it was 2024. So I don't know what the big problem is and the holdups are, but there's so much red tape with the federal government, it's unbelievable. So we're trying to make positive moves and changes, but things take so much time.
Yeah. Well, we know about that provincially as well.
Oh, 100%.
It's just next.
It gets even worse the further up the line you go. The feds are terrible. Like when I was in Provost, the first couple of weeks that I was there, I mean, they're in a house, an old house that was built in the 50s. That was living quarters for the police, as well as the jail attached to it, which is now all converted into the office. And very small, not sufficient at all. So I went to the property management and said, well, what do we need to do to get a new building? Well, you need to fill out this form and you need to write a business case. So I did that, and I was told, yeah, but you're right, you're gonna be awarded a new detachment. Wow, okay. So they sent property management out and departmental security. We found a piece of property, actually bought it, 4 acres. We have it, and that was in 2019, and they still haven't done anything else. And they all tell me that it's caught in procurement because they don't have enough staff there or whatever. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Oh, that's too bad.
So,
Okay, well, we certainly all give you our support, and we appreciate you being in the community, and I know you take a lot of crap.
there's days, yeah.
Yeah, well, the biggest thing that I found is the people that are the ones that are complaining or giving you hell. The first thing, if something happens to them,
They're looking for us, yeah.
you bet.
Mhm.
Yeah, but that's human nature, I suppose.
I suppose, yeah. But by and large, and all in all, is White Sands pretty good right now?
Yeah,
Really good.
No concerns?
yeah,
Knock on
it's
wood.
Yeah. 100%.
had some stuff up there. I guess it's not that bad.
How many full-time residents are there?
Oh, depends who you ask.
Okay,
The official is 120,
okay,
but with the provincial government, it's 135.
okay.
And with the Stats Can, it's 185.
185, really? Interesting.
And I phoned Stats Can about it, and I said, you're up.
Pretty high.
I'm way out of base there. And basically, she said they can't do anything about it. So then some of our
Change the number.
grants, some grants and some participation in some boards and authorities is governed by our population.
Mhm.
And then, so someone goes on, well, I know there was one group that went on Wiki Encyclopedia, and that's where that 185 or 183 was or whatever. So I could, what the hell, they must be making a mistake, but it was referenced to Stats Canada, and then I got a hold of them.
I wonder where they get their numbers from.
I was on the phone for about an hour and it was very vague
Sounds about right.
and no recourse.
No real answer.
Most of it's based on when they go out and they do all their,
They canvass the area.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I wonder how long they did that.
2016 is
2016.
when they did the census for the 120. I don't know. It's too bad, but I think if we to do our own census, it would cost quite a bit of dough.
Oh, for sure.
That's the only way you continue.
But that's one recourse we could do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it would benefit you that much, really.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
Mhm. I imagine in the summertime, there can be upwards to extra 2,000 people out there.
On the weekends, I would say, what do you think, Ed, about 1,200 or 1,000 people on the weekends? If it's a nice weekend.
Yeah, of course.
And then actually during the summer weekdays, it's pretty slow. At least it was this last one.
Did you see a big influx during COVID? A lot of people come out
Yeah,
there,
there was.
Yes.
and now it's dropped off a bit.
Yeah,
Okay.
and there was people sitting down in front of our place on the beach, and there was two families from Calgary, and they drove all the way up from Calgary
Mhm.
for the day.
Just for the day.
Yeah, because McDonald's was full, and
Sure.
Jeannie was sending them over to us.
It's nice of her.
I think what I found was, as far as crime out at White Sands, it seemed like it was bad when the economy was really bad a few years ago, like when there was no work up at Fort McMurray or whatever and stuff like that. And I think, a lot of people are, back to work now, so it's much better.
Yeah, I agree. That definitely plays a big part into it for sure. But again, Lauren said that we definitely worked hard for quite a few years to put a few of them away and to encourage them to move elsewhere, which is a big win for us too.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
certainly
yeah.
appreciate what you do. We thank you very much for what you do for us.
It's that 601 house.
That was a big win. Once we got rid of it.
Yeah, well, Don fixed that too.
Yeah.
It's for sale. It's for sale right now.
And the way we appreciate your visit.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry I was late, but like I said, here now. Anything comes up, please give me a call. My door is always open. My phone's always, I'm accessible. I'd rather you guys give me a call if you got a question or concern. Put it to bed right away quick, or clarify whatever needs to happen so that there's no rumor going.
Is the app still helpful that you guys have reached RCMP or Alberta?
The one that you report things that aren't that serious.
That are not serious. What's it called?
I would encourage you to report it through our detachment.
Oh, okay, not the Alberta RCMP? No, okay.
No, because that's not monitored by us.
Oh.
Anybody locally, it'll be somebody in Edmonton, and it'll be up to them whether they decide to reach out to us. And yeah, I would encourage you to just keep it localized
Hey,
for sure.
Okay, sir, well, thanks very much.
We'll stay in touch, and yeah, I'll plan to come and see you again in February or March or something like that, unless something comes up, then I'll be happy to come. But in the meantime, Merry Christmas.
Yes,
Merry
thank you.
Christmas.
Hopefully you guys get a good break, and I'm hoping for 10 feet of snow.
at least.
Fill that lake up a bit. I don't know if you're aware, but I live just right outside of Ocean Sands, so I'm looking forward to the next few years using my boat, and my kids are water sports enthusiasts, so
And the lake's low.
really low. But it was okay this year out in front of your guys' place in Ocean. It wasn't too bad. Can't get much lower, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 24 inches down
Yeah, that's great.
from full. And it's actually now, after, well, they monitored it for years, but there is a medium gray area where it's high and low.
Sure.
That's right off that.
Straight off the charts now.
Yeah.
I think we're all concerned with it.
100%. Everywhere, probably. So, doesn't matter. Anyhow, we'll keep our fingers crossed.
You bet.
Thank you.
See you later.
Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, 6.1 procedural bylaw.
Yes, so actually, this is procedural bylaw 200-23 is the bylaw that we're dealing with. One. You guys did. November meeting.
So Actually, what the package emailed us, there's two of them in there.
Yeah, duplicated by accident. You guys went through the old one, compared to the new one, and you walked through it on the November meeting. It should have just been the new one. It's going on to your.
Right, so it was a little confusing because I tried to compare the both to see where the changes were, and it wasn't nothing there, but
Yeah, we kind of walked through it the last meeting, I can even go through again, like, bylaw 17119. What I did was I tightened up the bylaws, so section 3 definition was redone. Section 5 agenda was redone. Added organizational, because it was never in there. And section 7 committees, there was never really a real committee, so that was redone, so now it's concrete in there. And section 8 meetings of council, how the procedure is for that. We added section 19 because we do a lot of electronic. So we wanted to get that clarified clearly in there. And then section 10, redone order of business meetings and all other sections consistent with limited changes. So it is tightened up a lot. And it gives you guys a little more flexibility, especially with electronic meetings, and we've been making the adjustments as we've been going.
Yeah, no, I think it's good. Just a point, section 6, number E,
Section 6, number E, yeah.
it should be remuneration.
6, number E, review of, yes, it should be an N, it should be an M, so that is a. Make a note. Yeah. Section 6E. Spelling on remuneration. Okay, that's an adjustment, okay,
That's the only
Mhm.
adjustment I could see necessary.
okay.
yeah, and I was wondering, Melissa, if it would be possible to, when we do a change, that we can highlight what the change before and after kind of deal, or mark it on the old bylaw.
Yeah,
Just
marked
put
up
it-
copies would be good.
Okay, so moving forward. You
I
would
don't know,
like
is that
a marked up
difficult to-
copy of the old bylaw.
Is that difficult to do, or?
No, not when you use like Word, because you can put it in review or edit mode and it will.
You just track it,
everything.
you just
And
track
track
it, right, with different, track it with red or whatever, right?
Yeah, it does it on Microsoft.
Yeah.
It's, you just gotta flip it over. Or
It's just a little bit easier because sometimes you think something's changed, but it wasn't, it was the same, right?
Yeah, no, this one did a lot.
Yeah.
It actually really, I had a lot of.
Took you enough time.
Yeah.
So, and especially the electronic, and so now it's clearly laid out. And then also now with the way we do our meetings here is unless you are a delegation. You will be referenced to YouTube to watch the live stream. Only delegations will be allowed to enter the meeting for council members and for council.
Okay, next item, employee,
Oh, do we need to do the second reading of that?
That's what I'm looking for, and if you do it because you did a minor amendment, let's just say. To give it second reading as amended.
okay,
So I'll make
And
a
then
motion to accept this procedural bylaw as amended on the second reading.
Okay, to approve
second
reading of procedural bylaw 200-23 as amended.
Yes.
all in favor?
Yes,
Now, if you wish to do third, that is up to you guys.
Well, I think we should, because some of these regs have to be official, right? Like as far as delegations, given 5 days notice,
Yes.
and the electronic production of the meeting.
Yeah, once you do third reading, this becomes your official procedural bylaw moving into the new year. Because it comes into effect after your third reading.
Yeah, I think we should get it through.
I'll make that motion.
And this one's just as percentage.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Yes,
So welcome to your new year of procedural bylaw.
Are we gonna keep like a binder of all these new
We do,
documents?
we do,
Okay,
yes.
so would they be available for council to look at?
Yes, we have the bylaw. All your bylaws are available for anybody to come in and say, I would like to do a review. If we set them up with a chair and they can go through if they wish.
I have been posting on our website, yes, like a new bylaw and like now the
Yeah.
procedural bylaw.
So this will go on the web.
Just go on the
Yes.
website too.
Yes, because this is your new procedural bylaws so that we can make sure everybody understands and references if they want to be a delegation. This is the process.
So maybe what we should do is put it on to WhatsApp as well.
Yeah, I'll share it
Just
in there.
refer it back.
Yeah, so what I've been trying to do normally is I'll post it on our Facebook page, like, once it's on the website, I'll take the link. Post it on our website page and then I'll share it into WhatsApp, or WhatsApp, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, 6.2, employment hiring. Amendment,
Yeah, so you guys had requested seeing the old employee one first, which is the first 4 pages. And the new one is listed in behind now that I have revamped. And made things a little more clear. So it kind of just tightens it up a bit better. Orientation, hours of work, probation period, how it works. Performance management, ending of employment, personal record documentation, how it's dealt with. Discipline. General holidays now, and this lays out all the stats. So that it's laid out clear. This is also where we come up with the Christmas floater day. So your normal stats are Christmas Day, Boxing Day, and then of course your New Year's, right? And so holidays falling on Saturday or Sundays, when a paid holiday falls on a Saturday or Sunday, the following Monday shall be observed in lieu of a paid holiday. All these are starting to be because the legislation is telling us we need to start making sure we're following. So I just put it more clear. The above may be changed by mutual agreement between. So when paid holidays fall on Saturday and Sunday, the following Monday and Tuesday shall be observed in lieu of these paid holidays. So I have noticed some places, and I don't know, especially the Aboriginal days, but we don't have that as a stat
In Alberta.
in Alberta, so I did not list it as a stat.
no.
Okay,
okay, so like on this Christmas season. Closed Friday till next Tuesday, right?
for the office, because
Right.
Friday's normally not our work day.
So basically, when you look at it, it's just 2 extra days off. Right.
Basically, yes,
Because Christmas Day, Boxing Day, and then Wednesday, Thursday, and the office is closed Friday.
that's right.
Right.
Yeah, so the way this floater day, and what it does is it's council, if council agrees. Then this is kind of the way of saying thank you to staff. We'll give you the 2 paid days. We'll pay those. And that's like a bonus thank you. Or you can turn around and say, no, we're not paying.
And then we just use vacation. or
and we
whatever.
just use vacation. It's council's call. I wrote it in here. If you're in agreement, then that would be like saying thank you to the staff. We're gonna just give you the 2 paid days.
Well, I think those paid days are fine, you know, because it kind of makes up for, you know, any, you know, if you have to stay an extra hour here or there, or, you know, work half work through your lunch days and stuff. I think that's sort of, to me, that's sort of compensation for, you know, if you have to, you know, work through your lunch one day or something like that, or whatever through the year and things like that, you know?
Yeah. And this is more acceptable standard of being able to, it doesn't look good to give a Christmas bonus on taxpayers' money. This is your way of doing it in a more acceptable manner of saying you appreciate your stuff.
Well, the work gets done, whether you take those days off or don't take those days off. The work gets done, right?
Yeah.
So the one, I did have one concern with this, that under the medical benefits, it says Blue Cross medical benefits. I don't think we necessarily need to tie ourselves to Blue Cross, do we? 10.3?
Yeah, no, we can do that. I just
Just put-
put. So you actually will just cross out Blue Cross, so 10.3.1. And just medical benefits package for permanent employees, once probation period ends, is available at a minimum, because that's the regulation.
Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah, just my thought is that at some point, you know, maybe Sun Life will give us a better deal, or Manulife or something, you know?
Yeah,
We don't
no,
want to tie ourselves, we don't want to tie ourselves to one company. I mean, maybe Blue Cross is the best deal right now, but maybe they won't be in the future or whatever, you know?
How do you set your medical benefits were,
so under 10.3.1,
thank you, I needed that, 10.3.1, okay,
remove Blue Cross.
okay. Thank
And
you,
then it just states medical benefits package for permanent employees once probation period ends. So you guys are okay with that being part of the standard policy moving
Yeah, I
forward?
think so. And I, like I say, I don't have you know, just to be clear, I don't have a problem with Blue Cross. I just don't want to be tied to them only.
No, I'm good with that.
Yeah, I agree, Bob, because you never know what happens.
Not as though we can't go in and change this anytime anyway, but.
No, but yeah,
It's fine.
Do you want, and I can remove the 50/50 cost share. But that is the minimum standard you must do.
well, if you're not going to give 50-50 at least, there's no point doing it hardly, right? So I don't think it's a problem having 50-50 in there, right? You know?
Okay.
It's not
That's
like we're
just
gonna
saying,
offer 10 medical benefits and make you pay 90% of it or whatever. That it's pointless then, right?
that's right, yeah, but this, I guess, is legislation,
Yeah, well, that should be in there then.
okay. And I did put or as determined by written agreements, so there's flexibility.
Okay.
And then I added in employee conduct.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, certainly that's one thing that when we get summer students and things that they really need to be you know, discuss confidentiality and stuff like that, you know.
I agree. And this is much simpler to just put it into the policy. And when you hire somebody, this is our policy.
Yeah,
Where prior, the old policy just didn't fit for all the staff, it just felt it was too disjointed.
yeah, no, I'm good with what is here, you know, with the slight changes, you know.
Yep,
Okay, so
I would need a motion to approve the amended.
policy, the 6 employee hiring and employee process.
I'll make that motion.
All in favor?
Yes,
You in favor?
No,
No.
No, okay,
I think this is a budget issue.
the employee benefits is
Yeah,
the sticking point.
yeah.
It is part of a budget process. But at the same token, if you guys want to go in camera to talk about it further, that's where I've got more info.
Okay. Is that,
Do you
where
want
did where
to?
did we get with the motion?
I had to approve the amended policy because it's, well, 2-1, but
Motion to
so should we table it until we go in camera?
To rescind the motion.
are we,
how about, you're not voting? Okay, so, motions on the table. You've got 2 in favor, 1 against. You would wish to table to in camera for further discussion.
okay, so I put that all in one motion or?
Yes.
Okay.
Basically, it should be motion to table.
Motion to. The amended policy. To move accounts by, was Counselor Hoff to table the amended policy 6 employee hiring and process. With 2 in favor, 1, no, that doesn't make sense if we read it that way.
Yeah, no.
Well, we have to sort of rescind it, I guess, don't we, and then go in camera later and then re-vote on it?
Yeah, do a motion to rescind it.
Does this have to be rescinded or cannot this be accepted if 2 against 1?
Well, you can accept it, but if
Well, I'm
you,
just saying that I'm against it, but I mean, if the other 2 counselors are agreeing with it and they say that, then it should be passed.
Well,
Shouldn't it?
but we'd like to hear your opinion on it too, Ed.
why don't we just do a motion to go in camera
Okay,
and pause everything here and
Yeah, I
have
can
an
do that.
actual discussion?
2 seconds then. 2, just.
Well, we were gonna talk about this at the end, right, at 11, right?
Yeah, why don't we just bring it forward?
To move into camera at 10:16
Yeah,
AM, and who wants to make that motion?
I'll make that motion. Bob, we're gonna go in now
Okay, just give me a
into
second
closed
before.
session.
and deal with
Okay.
11.1 as part of 6.2.
Oh, now this is the first time I haven't paused or. Can I pause? I might have to stop it and restart it again.
Yeah,
Just give me a second to see if there's something. Another option. I guess I got